We'll go on a quick break and return for the newspaper review segment. Stay with us. You're welcome back. Of course, we start off with the front page of the Nation newspaper. And it says here, food scarcity, pressure on states to rev up interventions. NLC to protest high cost of living February 27th and 28th. Customs impound food trucks and going to Niger Republic. 6 Cameroon-bound cement trucks seized in Adamawa. FCCPC sales popular Abuja store over deceptive pricing. 1 killed as police nab abductors of Ekiti people's teachers. And of course, Wigwe, our traditional means will unravel mystery of his death, says Monarch. Edo 2024, Izeyamo quits race as 11 battle for APC ticket. Nigeria attracted $30 billion investment portfolios in 9 months, says Minister. Job centers to be created nationwide. Varsity union spoils for war over payments of withheld ASU salaries. Sano Nasu kick over exclusion. Abuja kidnap kingpin nabbed after Wike's 20 million naira bounty. That's in the front page of the Nation newspaper. Emmanuel.
All right, now we'll move on to the front page of Saturday Times, and the big story here says Forex, many Nigerian students abroad to repeat 2023-2024 session returning home. And also Tinubu approves urgent upgrade of key national health facilities. How I ended up with younger husband, actress Uche Bodo there talking. And also we have NIMEX NIFRA collaborate to boost agric productivity. And also Professor arraigned over alleged 1.47 billion naira fraud. And also on the masthead now, Labour plans 2-day nationwide protest over insecurity hardship. And also Sarah Day, why Nigerian men are crazy about plus-size women. A big story there. Very interesting one.
Very.
All right, and the last one here says, court receives, Delegate's ghost, orders prosecution of killers. Or revives now. That's a big story there after 38 years. All right, Valentine leisure outlets bemoan low sales amid tough economy. All the stories on the front page of Saturday Times this morning. Theophilus, over to you.
We move to Vanguard newspaper this morning, Saturday Vanguard, and it says here how illegal miners wreak havoc on Nigeria, says investigation. Russians, Chinese deep in the illegal business. Mineral-rich communities lament. Illegal mining, fueling banditry, destroy the environment. Farmers abandon farms. Students drop out of schools. That's in the Vanguard newspaper this morning. NLC declares 2-day protest over economic hardship. Musawa explores greater ways for Nigerian superstars. Edo 2024 APC picks as candidate today. Izeyamo withdraws from race. Federal government secures $30 billion investment commitment, says minister, to create job centers nationwide. Court orders federal government to reopen probe trial of killers of Delegiwa, other journalists.
All right, so The Guardian this morning and the big story says, killings, police vigilante tighten security around traditional rulers. Very important at this time. Stakeholders commend Tinubu, governor's move to create state police. And court orders AGF to reopen prosecution of Delegiwa's alleged killer. And also more stories on the front page. Abdurrahman Abdurrazak quietly restoring industrial status of Kwara. Reminding women of their part to create change will inspire them to dream big. And all the stories there on the front page of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Theophilus, over to you.
So let's go to Daily Trust Saturday, and it says here, federal government negotiating AFCFTA's $3.4 trillion to boost economy, says minister. Northern youth seek relief in Middle East, North Africa. Hardship. Labour declares nationwide protest. threatens indefinite strike action. Usman Lan say they thought he was Hausa, now not knowing he had Yoruba roots. A feature here says how Nigerians in Nigeria are faring after country's exit from ECOWAS. Court orders federal government to reopen Giwa's murder case. Police officers who rejected 8.5 million naira bribe from kidnappers rewarded. That's in the Daily Trust Saturday this morning.
And let's move on to Platform Times. And the big story here says Ogun student outburst, slapping teacher, tearing principal's cloth, sparks protests over uniform seizure. And a big story there on the front page of the Platform Times this morning. Police boss charged abduction syndicate, 45 children rescued from traffickers. And court orders federal government to investigate, prosecute killers of Dele Giwa. Soldiers intercept loaded truck smuggling cement to Cameroon. And also police arrest suspected abductors of Ekiti peoples. One suspect shot dead. And police boss a child abduction syndicate, 45 children rescued from traffickers. On the masthead now, we have why Buhari, not Tinubu, must be blamed for economic hardship. Weapon shipment intercepted en route to Boko Haram leader from Libya. All the stories there on the front page of the Platform Times this morning.
Let's move to the Blueprint Weekend. Super Eagles of 2023 AFCON, a review that's in the top header there. State police to be or not to be. That's in the Blueprint this morning. Gets outpouring of support. It's dangerous without proper funding, says Jidojo. Roles for federal state police must be clearly spelled out. Federal government, National Assembly, others must discuss modalities, says Ohaneze. Others. Hardship. NLC fixes February 27th and 28th for nationwide protest. Troops neutralize 254 terrorist bandits, kidnappers in 1 week. We are negotiating AFCTA's $3.4 trillion to boost economy, says federal government. Culture, religion forbids women to contest for leadership positions, says Miriam Alexander. And that's it in the Blueprint Weekend. Emmanuel.
All right, so these are interesting stories on the front page of the dailies this morning. Now, let's move on to the last one this morning. Leadership Weekend. Discourse reeling on the 3 trillion naira debts 10 years after, and only 3 of 11 power firms profitable. And we also have NERC approved capital expenditure on the mines operations. And on the masthead of Leadership Weekend, hardship, NLC begins nationwide protests February 27. And also, well, Senegal court blocks President Macky Sall's bid to delay poll. And all of this on the front page of the Leadership Weekend this morning.
Yeah, of course, one major story that has flooded the newspapers this morning is that of the NLC strike and that of state police as well. But the NLC strike is talking about the hardship in the land, the food scarcity, and it's talking about the nation says pressure on states to rev up interventions, NLC to protest high cost of living, February 27th and 28th. Emmanuel, what do you think of this?
You know, one thing I know about the NLC and TUC in the country, or the organized labor, is that strike is something they keep pushing on to the federal government. Well, is that the way out of this?
You think it's none of it's not?
Yeah, it's that the way out to some of the challenges we're having. Where lies the case of dialogue? You had the NLC president saying that when we demand 1 million naira minimum wage is something that is meaningful to them. But can the federal government sustain this? These are big questions we need to ask the NLC to answer, or for Nigerians to also talk about. Will Nigerians also comply with the strike due to the challenges we're having at the moment? Will people want to close down their shops to those who work daily and get their daily means? So let's wait and see how it will definitely pan out February 27th and 28th this month, and see whether this will be complete. But for me, the room should be open for the NLC, the TUC, and the federal government to sit down together and also marshal out the way out concerning this developments.
If the organized labor are coming on to say they are going on strike, remember that tanker drivers are going on strike on Monday. They're down in tools because of the high cost of offloading petroleum products, unloading petroleum products into their trucks to move around to distribute. This is a situation that I think it calls for some form of discussions with organized labor, because if it happens on Monday, then you know the ripple effect over movements, over cost of food and all of that. It's quite a serious situation.
Definitely,
that needs to be looked into quickly.
For me, the federal government should not rule out the area of dialogue. We should have this dialogue with NLC and TUC. And the federal government should also look at possible means of cushioning the effect of this subsidy removal that we're having. You saw the agenda of the president meeting with the state governors, calling them that we need to work together and ensure that Nigerians will go out there and start smiling. You saw what happened in Abuja yesterday about that particular shopping mall. Why will Nigerians be holding food product at this time? These are issues.
There are major issues, actually.
And the federal government is doing its best to ensure that all these challenges we're having is being tackled. So let the federal government, the state government to also work together and bring
the federal government, the state government, the local government,
everybody. It's a call for concern that all Nigerians, we must work together and ensure that we are not sabotaging the effort of the federal government.
All right. So we will continue on this discussion. But coming up on TVC Breakfast, the creation of state police might just come to fruition as federal government discusses its possible impact on security in the country. Stay tuned.